All right, this is the last section. I know, this is weird. We're doing the last section, then I'm going to give you a quiz and then a test. Okay? But we didn't do that many sections, and I figured a quiz will be beneficial, and then you'll have something to also study with. I'll have it graded and give it back to you, have it graded, to study with. I did the basic of, I've already created it. It's the basic of everything that y'all learned so far. Like the basics. So the test's going to be a little bit more challenging, right? Okay. So anyway, this is the last section that we're doing. You are solving multi-step equations. It's basically doing everything. You've already been doing this, but we're just taking it a step further. There's multiple steps. Like the first section y'all did was one-step equations. That was really easy. Then y'all did two-step equations where, okay, how many intruders do you have? 2. Okay, which one do you do first? The one that's not attacking you goes first. That's two-step equations. Now we're doing multi-step equations in the world of math.
12-step equations.
Okay, page 82 examples. We're going to jump right in.
Yay.
Yep.
Let's do one again.
So all we're doing today are examples, and then I'm setting you free, man. Setting you free. All right, page 8. Anyone else feel like this is the longest week ever when it's only a 3-day school week?
Yeah.
Yes.
I could not believe it's only been 3 days. I'm exhausted. It's like a 5-day work week.
I missed the weekend.
I'm ready for I think it should be written as law that every time we have a hurricane or tropical storm, we get a 3-day weekend to recover from it.
Yes.
YouTube, did you hear me? Okay.
Like,
Here we go. Number 1. 3x plus 5 equals 8x minus 5. Okay. Since Taylor, you remember this. Who are you?
X on both sides.
Yeah, you have a split personality here.
All
You're
three
on
of
both sides of the door. Okay? So where should you actually be though?
left side.
The left side in the house, right? And all the intruders and everything need to be where?
Right side.
The right side. So we need to get all the X's over here, and we need to get all the numbers over here. Make sense? Okay, so Taylor, what do you want to do first?
Add 5 to the left side.
You want to move
Oh,
a
wait,
number
yeah, sorry.
to the, okay.
Subtract 5.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm actually glad you did that, because let me tell you a common mistake. And one of my students had a math tutor years ago that did this trick, and I love it. Took a highlighter and highlighted the front door, or the equal sign, because it draws your attention to where things need to be. I had students that try combining 3x and 8x when one's on the right side of the equal sign, one's on the left side. You cannot combine them. You have to do intruder alert, move them back and forth. But when you have an equal sign smack dab in the middle, it can be confusing. You also want to make sure because that's highlighted, that the X's will be over here and the numbers will be over here. Okay, so if you do struggle with that or get confused, just taking a highlighter or something and highlighting the equal sign on all your problems, go ahead, get it, it actually helped this kid. So if it helped this kid, it will help anyone else. Yes, Taylor?
Which side we get the X onto?
Technically, no, but you want to try to get it to the left side because I know, like, I think it's Michael. Someone was doing everything with the letters on the right side. And it's not a wrong answer, but depending on the teacher you have next year, it could be a wrong answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just practice having the letters on the left. It still means the same. Okay? But we gotta, it's kind of like putting them in descending order and stuff like that. Still the same answer. They're just out of sequence. Some teachers like, oh, it doesn't matter. Some are gonna be like, that is wrong. Okay, go ahead. What do you want to do first?
Subtract the right side by 5.
Okay, so we're going to move this 5 over. Could he have moved the 8x first? Yeah. He could have moved the 8x, or he could move this 5. It doesn't matter. There's no rule on that. Okay, so this crosses out, and what are you left with?
3x equals 8x minus 10.
Very good. You don't need to highlight that part. Okay, now what do?
You move the 8x over.
How?
Division.
So if you're dividing, what are you really moving?
8.
Just the 8. We want to move this whole thing. Y'all better pay attention.
So subtract it.
There you go. Now, this is good. This is good. See, you're messing up in all the right places. Okay. I mean, seriously, you are. It's very beneficial to my teaching today. Okay, so Taylor at first said, because you've been programmed, oh, I need to move this, so I'm going to divide by 8. Keep in mind that means you're taking away just the 8 when you divide. Because if the 8 is being multiplied with the x and you divide 8, then you're leaving the x behind. We want to move this whole term, the entire thing, not just the 8 and not just the x. Okay? So he's correct that 8x is what, Emily? Is it positive or negative? So then the opposite would be subtracting 8x. And what do I get, Taylor?
Negative 5x.
Very good. Negative 5x equals negative 10. Now, Taylor, we just want to isolate the variable. We want x all by itself. So
Divide both sides by negative 5.
there you go. We're going to divide both sides by negative 5 because we want to take away just the 5 and leave the x.
So x equals 2.
X, oh wait, why isn't it negative 2?
Because whenever you're dividing, 2 negatives cancel each other.
Or negative divided by negative is a positive. Yes, he is correct. Any questions on that? Michael, wake up. Okay.
Michael just nodded.
All I have to do is tell your parental unit to watch this video at 8 minutes and 38 seconds to hear me yell out at Michael to wake up. All right, 3. 3 times x plus 1 equals 8x minus 12. Thank you, Michael, for volunteering. What, after you write down, what should I do first? Oh, and I'm getting out my highlighter, and I'm highlighting that equal sign, so my brain tells me to focus on just this side and not as one whole equation. See how that works? It's kind of like when we're doing like terms, I tell you to circle and square. It's little tricks to help your brain relax. All right, Michael, what do I do first?
Distributive property.
Very good. Y'all notice that? Before you start moving stuff around, let's go ahead and do distributive property. And what do you get?
3x plus 3.
Very good. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. Okay, now what do I do?
You subtract 3.
Okay,
Both sides.
he's gonna go ahead and move the regular number. And I get 3x equals 8x what?
Negative 15.
Now what do I do?
You divide 8 on, no, you subtract 8. 8x.
Okay, very good. We're gonna subtract because we're not moving just the 8. We're moving the whole thing. And what do you get?
Negative 5 equals
Negative 5?
x
X.
equals 15. Negative 15.
Negative 15. Okay. So we don't want to forget about that negative sign. That, if you're in a hurry, that attention to detail, pretend you're in the military, you don't want to forget that negative sign when you bring down the 15. Now what do I do?
You divide negative 5 on both sides.
Very good. Because this time, instead of moving a whole term over together, we're separating it. And what do you get?
3.
X
X
equals 3. Any questions?
These equations are very positive.
They are very positive.
Nothing like me.
No, you're very negative. Okay. Any questions about this? All right. Emily.
Aw.
Yep, welcome back. 5. I have 3x equals 5x minus 2. Is that really that easy? All right.
Ms. Rogers, why did you get rid of this one?
All right. Emily, what do I do? Don't blow this. No pressure. All right, go ahead.
Subtract 5x, right?
Yes, very good. Okay, so Emily, because you're hesitant, you're right. We want the x all over on this side of the equal sign. We're not moving just the 5 or just the x. We want to move the entire term. It is positive, so yes, we are subtracting the whole term. Very good. And what do you get?
Negative 2x.
-2. Good job. She even remembered the negative sign here. Now what do I do?
Divide -2 by -2.
All right, so now we're separating this term because we want x all by itself. And what do you get?
1.
Huh?
X equals 1.
Yep. Because negative divided by negative is a positive.
That was really difficult, guys.
Any questions so far? Cecilia. I need a challenge, y'all.
Number 273.
Cecilia, let's look at 17. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay.
Here we go, Cecilia. You got this, girl. No, I know. Go ahead, take your time. And handwriting, as y'all know, is making a huge difference.
My handwriting's better this year, so.
Okay, write that down nice and neat. I'm getting out my highlighter. I'm highlighting the equal sign so that my brain is telling me, and it also kind of breaks up the equation so it's not one whole long thing. You're like, okay, I see. This stuff is over here. I need to work on this first and then start moving around. So Cecilia, once you have it written down and you've kind of sat back and looked at it, tell me what I do first.
You have to multiply with 4 and the 6 with 4.
Wait, do what?
Where you bring the thing before to the things with the parentheses.
Okay, shh. I'm letting her talk it out. Bring the 4 to the M and the 6 and the parentheses. Cecilia, what is it called? Okay. And what are we doing with the distributive property? Are we multiplying? Huh? Multiplying what?
Anything in the parentheses next to
Okay, so 4 times what?
it.
M. And then 4 times
6.
negative or positive 6.
Negative?
Is that a negative 6?
No.
Well, you can.
Is that a negative 6?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, you gotta be able to see that that's a negative 6. And then what else am I multiplying?
M.
A positive or negative M?
Negative M.
By what?
By 3 and 4.
Could we combine this?
Yeah.
What would that be?
7.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So 4 times M is what? So 4M. And then 4 times negative 6 is?
Negative 24.
Very good.
No.
And then, what? And then negative M times, you're right, 7 equals 8M minus 2. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that equal sign. Okay. Cecilia, what is negative M times 7?
Negative M7.
Very good. Now, when we write these, does the letter come first or the number? Do I say negative M7 or negative 7M?
Negative 7M.
Very good. So I'm rewriting this as negative 7M. Now before I move on, I want y'all to sit back and look and see if you have any questions as to why we did what we did. Nobody? All right, Cecilia, what do I do now?
4M minus 7M.
We're combining like terms, right? Very good. What is 4M? And can I combine those with the 8M, Cecilia?
No.
Why?
Or just on the other side.
Yes. Bingo. I need you all to pay attention. Cecilia's correct. Common mistake. My students will circle 4M, negative 7M, and 8M. Cannot do that because, as Cecilia said, we have an equal sign there. Only these two can be combined. So, Cecilia, what is 4M and negative 7M?
Negative 3M.
And I'm rewriting my problem. All right, Cecilia, what do I do now?
Add 3M.
What are we wanting to do?
Add the 3M to the 8M.
So we want to put the letters on this side?
Yeah.
Where do the letters usually go in regards to the equal sign?
That's it.
Don't they?
Yeah.
So then what do you need to move?
The 8M.
There you go. How do you move that?
Subtract.
There you go. We're going to move the letters over here because it's a very good habit to have. And what's negative 3M and negative 8M?
Negative 11M.
Okay. I'm rewriting my problem. Now what do you want to do?
Negative, add 24 to negative 2.
Very good. We're going to move the 24 over by adding it. Good job. I have negative 11M equals what?
22.
Excellent. You're almost there. Now what do I do?
Add 11 to 22.
So we want to add,
No. Divide 11, negative
Very good. We want to separate that -11 from the m, so we're going to divide both sides by -11. Good job. And what do you get?
-2.
And that was a very negative problem.
Just like me.
Good job.
I'm later going to make this sign.
Any questions about that particular problem? I have one more. Any questions? All right. 25. Gabby, you want to do this one? -7 8x plus 9 equals 4/5 x minus 17. And when you're ready, you tell me what to do first.
You subtract 4, 5x
Excuse me. Okay, so she wants to move this whole thing, so she's going to subtract on both sides. So over here, remember, that's -7/8 minus 4/5. Okay, so what do I need to do when we're adding and subtracting fractions? Okay, and do you have a common denominator in mind? 40. It's going to be an ugly one, y'all. Okay, so 8 goes into 40 how many times? So 5 times 7 is? 5 goes into 40 how many times? 8 times 4 is? All right, so what do you get? Very good. Okay, so I have -67/40 x. Oh, and I forgot to highlight my equal sign. It's a little late. Plus 9 equals -17. Don't forget that negative sign right there on that 17. Okay, now what do I do?
You subtract 9 from both sides.
And what do you get? -26. Okay, so now we have -67/40x equals -26. What do I do now? We're going to divide -67/40 on both sides. Now look what I'm doing. I'm dividing -67/40 on both sides. What fraction's going to come first, the -26 or the other one? So right here, I'm putting -26/1 divided by -67/40. Are y'all with me so far? Any questions so far? All right, Gabby, what's the rule for dividing? Keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep this fraction, change this to multiplication, and I'm flipping this fraction. Unfortunately, there's no cancellation that I'm aware of. So, Gabby, what is the big, ugly answer? And y'all should be working this out too to see if you get it right. And it's positive because negative times a negative is a positive. Any questions? All right, let's get to work. Page 82 to 84. Numbers. All right, 2 through 8 even. There's reasons to my madness here. 12, 14, 18 to 24 even. And 46. I think it's Friday honors, you'll do the same. This is due Monday.
Any bonus?
No. This is due Monday, and you have a quiz Monday and test Wednesday, I believe. I might move it to Thursday, I don't know. Okay. But you do know the quiz is Monday, and this is due Monday. Any questions? I think that's like 11 problems.
Yeah.